so this is language for Monday, January 31st. And before we get started on today's, we're gonna look at these example sentences that we didn't quite get to last time. So we talked about using the verb tense that we see here and making a verb that fits in this sentence. So we have a couple people actually that weren't here, so it'd be good that we go over it. So the first one, tomorrow I blank my bed. And we're using future. Brantley?
Will make.
Okay. So we're using one of the helping verbs. God bless you. Okay. Because if we said tomorrow I make my bed, we're missing something, right? Because we need to turn it into something that it will happen in the future. So tomorrow I will make my bed. And then the second one, we're putting that in past tense. It says, on my birthday, I blank my present. Past tense. Georgia?
On my birthday, I opened my present.
Opened my present. Anybody else have anything that could go in there?
Received.
Okay. Well, yes, you could say, I received my present. On my birthday, I opened my present. With this one, how are we making it past tense? Are we adding a helping verb if we say open, or if we say received? Do we need a helping verb with those?
No.
How did we make those into past tense?
Eating.
Right, so we call these, let's turn this over a little bit, these words over here that we're gonna look at in that chart there is up on the top of your pages in your book. Mrs. McLaughlin put all of the words from all the charts up here. These are called irregular verbs. And why are they irregular verbs? What makes them irregular? It means they're different from other ones. Do you know? Do you know what an irregular verb means? Chase?
That the present and helping verb are the same.
Well, it means, actually, that's a good guess, but that's not quite it, because you can see that when you add a helping verb, it has an N ending, an N sound or an N ending to it, because that was the clue that we talked about last week, that you know it has a helping verb. It definitely needs a helping verb if it has that N sound. But they're irregular because you can't do this with those verbs. You can't take, can you say take it?
I don't think
I
we've
take
learned
it.
this yet.
Okay, well, I'm just explaining what an irregular verb is, so you learned something new.
Oh.
So the reason they're called irregular, because actually the reason I'm explaining this is because these are called irregular verbs. And the reason you need to give them a helping verb is because they're irregular. You can't add the ed ending to make it past, right? Would it work with any of these? I drive it to school? No, I drove. You have to change the verb, right? Or you have to add a helping verb to it. So that's what makes them different. So how about for this next sentence right here, for future tense? What would this one be? Next summer, my family blank on vacation. And it's gonna be something that happens in the future. Do you know, Grant? What do you think we would fill in here for something that will happen in the future? Next summer, my family blank on vacation.
Will go.
Okay, will go. We're gonna use the helping verb will. Will go on vacation. Yes, Brantley?
Will isn't a helping verb.
Well, it actually is, but it's not one of the ones that you have here. Are you supposed to use just the ones that you have here? Because actually you wouldn't put any of those with that to go in there. Will go would be the future. So these are the helping verbs. Are these the ones you usually use, that you've used so far?
Well, we usually, when it's future, we just put will in front of it.
You put will in front of it, yeah, like he did here. Will go on vacation. Or tomorrow I will make my bed, but it is a verb. It's actually, so there's state of being verbs. Those are am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been. But then this, when you put that with it, it's still helping that action verb, because it's not an act, that by itself is not an action, but you're putting it together. And what do we call it when we put two words together, like when we say, I have driven to school every day, That means it happened in the past. I have driven to school every day.
Verb phrase.
Yes, a verb phrase, where we put a helping verb with an action verb to make a verb phrase. Okay, so let's look at these present, let's read these together. We'll read present, past, and the helping version. Okay, so it's take, took, taken, give, gave, given, drive, drove, driven, ride, rode, ridden, run, ran, run, come, came, come, become, became, become. And then we would have to add like the helping verb with that. So let's go over the first part. It says a helping verb helps the main verb show action. And then some of the ones that are listed there, those are helping verbs that we're talking about today. Am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had. The helping verb and action verb together are called a verb phrase, like Brantley said. And can somebody read, Leanna, can you read the sentence that goes with that as an example? Under the helping verb and action verb together are called a verb phrase.
The sidewalk has become icy.
Okay, so that was taking this word become and putting the has in front of it, because you couldn't say the sidewalk become icy. You would have to put that helping verb with it for it to make sense. Okay, and here's some that we're looking at today. It says run, ran, run, needs a helping verb. For the future, it needs a helping verb. And then present for the next one is come, and then came is past, and come with a helping verb is, and then present and past become and became, and become needs a helping verb for the future. Okay, so let's look at think A. It says in each sentence, underline the correct verb in the parentheses 2 times. The helping verbs are underlined for you. So in this case, I know you said before that Mrs. McLaughlin always wants you to underline that part too, but in this case it's already underlined. So the clean white snow had became or become dirty and slushy. Let's start with Michael and we'll go around.
Become.
Yes, become. Had become dirty and slushy. Okay, number 2, Brantley. Mom and Dad ran or run to the hardware store to buy some boards.
Ran.
And that, what tense is that?
Past.
Yes, happened in the past. Okay, Georgia, can you do number 3? Sam had ran or run a short distance before he realized his shoe was untied.
Ran.
Had run, yes. Good. And then number 4, Grandma and Grandpa have came or come to see my new baby sister. Have came or have come. Grayson.
Come.
Yes, very good. Have come. Yes, and we know it's come because came does not require a helping verb, right? We could say, they came to my house last Friday, and you wouldn't need a helping verb with that, but we know we have the helping verb have there, so it would be come. Okay, number 5, the metal watering pot became or become rusty in the rain. Elise, what would that one be? Became or become?
Became.
Yes, because become requires the helping verb, right? And we don't have a helping verb in that sentence. And then, are you under, yeah, you're underlining these. Bella's dog come or came home after he had been lost. Hunter?
Come.
Bella's dog come home after he had been lost or came? Which one requires a helping verb? You can look at the little chart at the top, the little table in the orange section.
Came.
So are you saying came is the answer, or came requires a helping verb?
Oh. Come.
Which one needs a helping verb, come or came?
Came.
Look up here. See this little chart? And it tells you which one. These are the verbs we're looking at. And in this last column here, it shows you which ones need a helping verb, whether it's come or came. Do you see that? Does everybody see that at the top? So you're looking right here. And you're looking at come and came. And which one of those needs a helping verb?
Come.
So So come needs a helping verb. So if you look at that sentence, do we have a helping verb? No. So we would go with the one that does not, right? So what would the sentence, can you read the sentence with the correct verb in it?
Bella's dog came home after he had been lost.
Good, yes. Bella's dog came home. And that's the past tense. Happened in the past. Okay. Does everybody understand that? And do you see where you can look up at that little chart at the top and it shows you which, whether the past or the present or the past, and it shows you which form of the verb needs a helper? Okay. Now we're gonna look at think be. And actually here's a reminder of some of the helping verbs. These aren't all of them, but why don't we read the ones that are up here on the board? We have was, have, were, are, is, had, and has. Have you learned them, like memorized them in a certain order?
Yeah.
Why don't we say them that way?
And is
Was, were,
Had. And that's all you've learned so far?
And
Okay.
am.
Okay, that was the first one, right? Am, starts with am? Okay, and there will be some more that we learn. So it says, for think be, choose the best verb from the chart above to complete each sentence. Ben had blank. Now we're only using the verbs that are up here in the little chart that I was just showing you. So which one of those three? Ben had the race before he had a snack. Allison? Had ran. Now look at the chart. And which one does it, we have the verb, do you see the helping verb in that sentence? What's the helping verb in the sentence? Had, so we're gonna underline that 2 times. So we have a helping verb, so which is the verb we choose when we have a helping verb? Run, so it'd be had run. Ben had run the race before he had a snack. He had run the race. Okay, so now number 2, we have blank to church to worship God. Chloe? Come. I gave it away. We have come. And you see up in the chart that come is the one that requires the helper. And we have come. So did everybody underline have? So the verb phrases have come. Okay, Dane, number 3. The sky blank cloudy as the storm grew near.
Became.
Good, became. So that one does not require a helper.
Past.
And it's past, yes. Okay, number 4, I blank tired when I wait in a very long line. Leanna?
I am.
Well, you're gonna pick one of the 3, it's gonna be a form of run, come, or become. I become tired when I wait in a very long line. That's something that's present, so it doesn't require the helping verb. And then, let's see, Chase, number 5. Jared has blank a better pianist since he started practicing more.
He came.
Let's listen to it. Jared has came a better pianist since he started practicing more. I think there might be a better, actually, what's that?
He became.
Okay, so Jared has became or become?
Become.
Become, because we have what? How do we know it's become and not became?
Because it has a helping verb.
Yes, it has the helping verb. Jared has become. You could make it Jared became a better pianist after he started practicing more. That would be a way of writing it, but because this is written in this way, Jared has become, you know that it's going to be become. Yes, Hunter?
What was number 4 again?
Number 4 was I become tired when I wait in a very long line. Become. And I just wanted to see something. I was wondering if these sentences that Mrs. McLaughlin wrote were supposed to go with the verbs that were in the chart on Friday's paper, but I don't think they would work with that. I was just curious if that was what the words we were supposed to pick. But, okay, so now we're on remember C. And it's write the correct form of the verb in parentheses on the line. Nathan sighed. My favorite cup is, what would, let's see, where did we leave off?
Chase.
Oh, okay, Riley. Nathan sighed. My favorite cup is,
Broke.
would you say is broke? Is a helping verb. So what was the clue that Mrs. McLaughlin told us that you know it, what sound does it have when it has a helping verb? Say it.
Broken.
My cup, my favorite cup is broken. Which sounds better? My favorite cup is broke or my favorite cup is broken?
Broken.
You would use broke, you could say, I broke my favorite cup, right? Present, happened now, I broke it. But my favorite cup is broken. You would use the broken. Okay, number 2, Grant, we have, what form of sing, what a friend we have in Jesus in Bible class. We have sang. What do you think? What are, you could say, he sang what a friend we have in Jesus, but we have past tense. Change the word up a little bit. Let's see, Dane?
Song.
Sung, yes. We have sung what a friend we have in Jesus in Bible class. Sing, sang, sung. Okay. Maddie and Micah had up all the balloons. What form of blow would we use there? Maddie and Micah had Chloe. What would it be?
Blown.
Blown. Mm-hmm.
Mike didn't get the balloon.
He didn't?
No.
How'd we skip him? We'll get you on something else, Michael. I think he's okay. Maddie and Micah had blown up all the balloons. Blew, we would say blew would be past, blow would be present, and blown would be in the future. And what's the helper? Did you underline that? So we should underline is broken for is in the first one, and then have for have sung, and then had blown. And there it has that N ending. Okay, and then number 4, Timothy blank to the doctor's office when he was sick. And where were we? Let's do Michael since he didn't do any.
Went to the doctor's office.
Timothy went to the doctor's office when he was sick. And what tense is that?
Past.
Yeah, went. He went in the past, yes. Okay. All right. So let's see, we covered everything that we're supposed to cover on that. Looks like that's all we have to do for today. So you'll continue with some special words that you'll learn tomorrow with Mrs. McLaughlin. May and the difference between may and can, and learn and teach. That's all we have for that for today.